Gambia President Adama Barrow visits the over $1 billion Banjul rehabilitation project site in the country's capital. U.S. House begins public hearing into inquiry. Alleged witch in ex-president Jammeh's witch hunt appears on TRRC. These and more coming on the World Today News. It's 14:10 GMT here in our studio in Banjul. 9 months after the launch of the $1 billion project to rehabilitate Banjul, President Barrow took a street walk to gain first-hand information on the progress of the work. He delivered a very positioned assessment on the shape through which the country's capital city is undergoing in efforts to bid farewell to sanitary disaster and mosquito infestation in the city. When completed, the new face of Banjul will glitter with the shiny sun thanks to a standard drainage and sewage system that would be complemented by a smooth road network. There's more in this report.
In a surprise visit to the billion-dollar Banjul rehabilitation project, President Adama Barrow made personal assessment of the progress, saying the work is worth the cost. The project is meant to facelift Banjul of flood and sanitary disaster, especially during the rainy season.
Banjul is our city, it's our capital city. We have nowhere that is more important than Banjul as far as Gambia is concerned. We cannot be doing the roads in a piecemeal, the way they were doing it. That's why we took a bold decision. It was very, very difficult. There was a lot of noise, the social media. There was a lot of debate. That is the good of democracy. It is very, very healthy. But at the end of the day, I think we have all agreed that Banjul is a priority.
The project, which was launched in February, witnessed public outcry, with some describing it as a misplaced priority by the Barrow administration. The project comprises 37 kilometers long roads, sewage and the drainage system within the city, a move the president described as a fulfillment of a campaign promise he made to the people of Banjul. He also used the occasion to call on Gambians to be united in support of the project.
The best thing is let us support this project, everybody. Whether you are a Banjulian, whether you live somewhere else, whether you are in opposition, whether you are in government, let us work together in the interest of this country. It's only unity that will make us progress. It's only through unity that we can develop this country. So we are calling on everybody, including the opposition or whatever. We come together and develop our country.
The Banjul rehabilitation project runs until February 2022. Upon completion, it is expected to sanitize the city, although progress in the view of the president has begun to repel insects off the place. For iAfrica News, I am Julden Yai.
That was the Gambian President Adama Barrow on a surprise visit on the Banjul rehabilitation site project. Now, in the U.S. House Committee on Intelligence held the first public hearing yesterday since House Democrats launched an impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump in September. The hearing was meant to determine whether he abused his office in his interactions with Ukraine. William Taylor chairs the affair of the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine, and Judge Kent, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs, appeared before the inaugural hearing. Taylor and Kent both attended closed-door dispositions with House lawmakers in October, during which they voiced concerns about the president's dealings with Kiev. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the initiation of a formal impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump on September 24th over the president's conduct during a controversial phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on July 25th. The impeachment inquiry was prompted by a whistleblower complaint filed in late August alleging that Trump pressured Zelensky with commitment of millions of US dollars military aid for Ukraine to investigate Trump's political rivals, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. Former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch will testify on Friday, while another 8 witnesses will testify next week. Tiara C. James witch hunt woman recalls forceful administration of concussion. A 46-year-old woman said James witch hunters dragged her from her house in total disregards to her human rights. Therese Gomez was speaking in testimony before the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission on Thursday on events leading in her experience in being forced to swallow concussion prepared by former President Yahya Jammeh. Let's listen to her in this insert.
They brought me up to the big sitting room. And then I began to feel the whole thing start getting onto my head, and I began to see blood vision.
What else did you feel?
Lan nga yegat gannaaw lolu luma yegat dal fekka ñu ngi prepare tam pour yóbbu ñu suñu kër yi.
At that time,
waaye balaa loolu sax dañuy simi nit ñi.
They were preparing to take us back to our homes, but at that time they were undressing people.
dañ lay simi comme sa yaay num la juree.
They will undress you just as you were born.
Sangala.
And then they will bathe you.
soo buggee seben tam ñoo lay jàpp yóbbu la nga jonko ñu di la xool.
If you want to urinate, they will take you and you will squat, and they will be there watching you urinate.
ba pare yow ñun ñi nekk foofu xam nga garab su yéeg ci sa boppa commencé na yéeg ci suñ boppa léegi ñu ni neen nekk foofu di def lu nekk.
So we were there. You know, when medicine starts to get onto your head and to take effect, you start doing all kinds of things.
Told the Truth-Seeking Commission that witch hunters meted serious beatings on her together with other victims, as a result of which they lost their lives. Details of this story will follow in our subsequent news bulletin. We now go for a break and come back shortly.
Tegla yo foda oda atabuka sonna tegla eh oda atabuka sonna ka tegola atabuka sonna tegla ke Ngo Gambia be tulo be lori menna kabiri sanjuma ima moyno sila moy waton be wala kono yalong ñi on the 23rd November ñi 2019 sang memba kono te gisul men ka den kilo la men ka fo jalika isi mo nyamano wala be tulum baso to la independence bara ayeto nyama ku chanjama wala bi bari kam men foto nyama ñing gisuli kan même maje ay tenki non dum Gambia fangole tam dum Gambia non le tam so ko même ngel non kabin ka to foko ina Gambia be nga findi nga stadium mo fandite wallahi surwal ka fo men nako so baye sa anda bo dem feka fo borom so ñunu bi su ñu mun to la andal wallahi ñu mun andal nga tanga stadium mo fandite 23 November 2019 stadium mo to ndo den datula ko mat dekatale ke bare kula ndafa ma de la bari ndam doli ñaw yalo ay bal bi ya
Welcome back. You are watching the World Today News, and now the remaining stories. The First Lady of Rwanda, Janet Kagame, was in attendance to the 2019 International Conference on Population and Development that opened on Tuesday in Kenya under the theme of Accelerating the Promise. The Nairobi summit brings together about 8,000 participants, including decision makers, private sector, civil society organizations, and others from 100 countries from around the world. Key assignments at the summit were to deliberate on the achievements of Program of Action, which was established in Cairo, Egypt, some 25 years ago by 179 countries. The Program of Action empowers women and ensures gender equality, to which Kenya's president emphasized as part of the resolutions of the first Cairo meeting. There's more in this report.
The First Lady participated in the international conference that has brought together about 8,000 participants, including decision makers, the private sector, civil society organizations, and others from 100 countries from around the world. They will deliberate on the achievements of Program of Action, which was established 25 years ago by 179 countries in Cairo, Egypt. Program of Action empowers women and ensures gender equality. This was recapitulated by Kenya's president, who emphasized on the resolutions of the first Cairo meeting.
The conference highlighted the linkages between population, poverty reduction, and sustainable development. It emphasized the value of investing in women and girls, both as an end in itself, but also as a key to improving the quality of life for everyone.
President Kenyatta emphasized that much has been achieved, but called upon participants to contribute solutions to different places that still undermine women and their efforts towards development. He also gave an example that 1 in 5 women in the world is likely to face sexual violence and rape this year. Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina J. Mohammed, emphasized that gender equality principles are the spark towards economic development if governments establish policies to enact it.
Achieving gender equality and women's empowerment and upholding women's rights is a game changer for poverty reduction, inclusive growth, democratic governance, peace, and justice. The Sustainable Development Goals cannot and will not be achieved until women, girls, and young people are able to control their bodies and their lives and live a life free from fear and from violence.
The International Conference on Population and Development taking place in Nairobi, Kenya, was organized by the Kenyan government, Denmark, and UNFPA. Besides evaluating what has been achieved in the last 25 years, the participants will also derive solutions to existing challenges.
International Conference on Population and Development there in Kenya. Now, the new Senegalese ambassador to the Gambia yesterday presented his letters of credence to President Adama Barrow at State House in Banjul. In line with existing diplomatic protocols, Ambassador Bashir Hussein was received with a military parade with the honor of inspecting a military guard of honor. Shortly after his meeting with the president, the newly appointed ambassador expressed gratitude to be assigned to the Gambia, vowing that his ultimate mission is to further strengthen and expand the bilateral ties between the Gambia and Senegal.
I thank you and thank President Macky Sall, who chose to bring me here in the Gambia to be the sole representative and ambassador, which is so good for Gambia and Senegal. I thank and congratulate President Adama Barrow, who is ruling now, and also to show him that I am brought here for what will strengthen the bond between Senegal and Gambia. The relation is beautiful and good. Everyone has acknowledged the relation between Gambia and Senegal, and our mission is for that relation to be more beautiful, better, and to progress. And I am happy about that, because I am a citizen of Senegambia. I feel myself as a citizen of Senegambia. So when I am brought here as ambassador and meet here my friend, my family, Momodu Tangara, as Minister of Foreign Affairs, I am more pleased. Because that is the mission why I am brought here, to strengthen the beautiful relation between Senegal and Gambia. and to take it to levels higher than where it is. And that can happen. And that is our mission, and we are active about it. And we have hope, God willing, we will do everything so that it progresses.
Sénégal ak Gambie yóbbu ko niveau yoo xam ne moo gën a kawe fii mu toll mën naa ne diggante bi rafet na waaye mun naa gën a demaat ci kaw te ñun loolu mooy sunu mission te loolu sawar nañ ci te am nañ ci yaakaar ne incha allah rabbi danañ ci def sunu kéemtalaay kattan ba mu gën a dem ci kanam bu soobee yàlla.
jërëjëf ambassade.
waaw kay.
Bassirou Sen is the new Senegalese ambassador to the Gambia. Well, viewers, that brings us to the end of the news. For more on these and other stories, kindly log on to our website, iafrica.tv. Do also follow our subsequent news bulletin. Also, please stay tuned for a continuation of our TRRC broadcast.